Greetings to you. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you this day with a conversation with self. I'm going to have a conversation with myself, but I'm going to share it with you. We're going to talk about some possible effects of witchcraft. Some of the signs that can be associated with witchcraft. You know, even though I know a lot of people don't believe self that is real, you know, that spiritual attacks aren't real. I think they are real. I think they are real. And we're just gonna talk about some things just to be aware of, just in case, just in case. Because if you don't know what you're dealing with, how can you figure out how to combat it? If you don't know, it's important to approach this situation like this with a healthy dose of skepticism and rationality. While belief in dark arts or witchcraft can be, culturally significant for some, it's crucial to consider alternative explanations for any unusual occurrences. So everything that you're affected by that I'm affected by, or that you're affected by, may not be witchcraft, but maybe it is. That said, if you're genuinely concerned about the possibility of such an attack, here are some signs that people might associate with dark arts or witchcraft. Unexplained physical symptoms. Wow, so sudden or unexplained physical ailments, such as headaches, dizziness, nausea, or fatigue, may be attributed to energetic attacks. Yeah, I've had all of those things, and I've talked to the Lord about. Luckily, I have a relationship with the Lord, the Most High, the Heavenly Host, and so I believe my spirit, informs me about what things could possibly be. So I pray about it at the time that I'm feeling these types of things. Emotional disturbances, drastic shifts in mood, persistent feelings of fear, anxiety, or depression that seem to come out of nowhere. These are just things, that just to be aware of, If you're balanced most of the time, and then all of a sudden, you got to grab a hold of your feelings. If I'm feeling fearful, if you're feeling fearful, ask yourself why. What's going on to make you feel like that? If you're not really doing anything why would you feel fear? And anxiety. What is there to be anxious about if you're doing all the things that you should be doing? So why should you feel anxiety for that? Reoccurring nightmares or disturbing dreams. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, aren't we? That we don't really have too many nightmares or disturbing dreams, but I do have some sometimes. I do have some dreams that are a little bit disturbing sometimes, and they're very vivid when I do. It's just like I'm right there. Vivid and unsettling dreams that persist over time, especially if they involve symbolic or dark imagery. Yeah, and these particular dreams, when they were very vivid, it was like I was there. It felt like I was actually experiencing it. And the dreams that I can think about right now, it's they were dark. They were dark dreams. And it made me nervous. But I remembered the bits and pieces of the dream that disturbed me. I remember those those segments of the dreams even to this day. Sorry. Sudden financial or material loss. experience unexpected financial hardships, loss of valuables, or damaged property. Yeah, I lost half of. I lost half, over probably 3/4 of what I had the past year and a half, but I do believe it's because of a coven, of some dark, some people that are practicing the dark arts. But the Lord informed me what I was possibly dealing with, so it's, I'm able to pray my way through these things, and I realize that material things I can gain again. I'm not in a hurry now. I'm blessed though to still have stability. But I have lost. I lost a lot. I lost about 3/4 of what I had. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed right now, and so I'm moving forward and creating. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because now I'm working toward some of the things that I want to do personally. Relationship problems, yeah. Strained or disrupted relationships with family, friends, or colleagues, seemingly without any clear cause. Yeah, I've dealt with that too. Just all of a sudden. But right, self. And my situation that I'm dealing with, these people that I believe are behind all of this, there's some real situations going on that these people are going to have to confront some of the things that they have done to me. Some things are able to be verified, but yeah, and I'm pretty balanced most of the time, but when I go off the deep end, I go off the deep end a little bit. But it's, what I've been dealing with the past, recently, it just seems a little bit unusual, But if you don't know what you're dealing with, you don't know how to fight back against it. If you don't know what it is, And who wakes up thinking, oh, you got to combat witchcraft? Who wakes up and thinks that? How many people wake up and think that? You're not going to think that your friend or your loved one or a relative is going to throw dark arts on you, witchcraft, but people will do that. But they don't come out and tell you that. They'll smile in your face and then get behind the scenes and do you in. So just be aware, self. Unexplained animal behavior. Pets or wildlife acting unusually agitated or frightened for no apparent reason. I don't have that problem as a matter of right, self. As a matter of fact, animals gravitate toward me. So that's a beautiful thing. So I don't really have that kind of an issue. Sense of being watched or followed. Feeling a constant presence of being watched even when alone. That's accurate. And I do have people that follow me. That's documented. That's documented. As a result of what I'm dealing with, I have been gang stalked and harassed, and this is an ongoing situation that I'm dealing with, and there's verifiable proof of it. It's not as much now as it was, but the authorities have been contacted about all of this. I'm not going to sit silent. As wacky as it all sounds and seems, I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to speak out. I'm going to speak out against it so people can become aware. Right, self. Because if you don't know what you're dealing with, you don't know how to fight back against it. Right, self. So, self, I'm really proud of you for standing up, even when you seem like you was crazy. But self, you have proof. So, it's unfortunate that you have to go to the lengths that you have to go to. And that the people that are supposed to protect, they're just standing back like observers and not doing anything. Strange occurrences in the environment. Unusual or unexplained events like objects moving on their own, unexplained noises, or electrical disturbances. I have had strange occurrences. I have, uh, I'm just gonna leave that there. difficulty in meditation or spiritual practice. If you're someone who engages in meditation or spiritual practices, suddenly finding it exceptionally challenging or unsettling. I don't really have that problem, thank the Lord, because my faith in the Lord is really strong. But I do have times where, I feel a little bit off balance. But I try to, when I start feeling uncomfortable about stuff, and I just pray about it, and I ask the Lord to, to deal with it for me and to help me with it, whatever it is, and that helps me. Synchronicities and omens. Noticing a pattern of unusual coincidences or symbolic events that seem to carry a negative or foreboding meaning. I'm not really sure about that. I don't really have all of those types of things. What I have noticed is that when I'm reading my meditations, some of the chapters that the heavenly hosts lead me to correspond to the things that are actually going on, current events or events that will end up happening later. So I have found that, but I'm with the Lord, so I've been dealing with some of these things since I was young. I've always been aware, right self, and I've always had unusual things happen to me, so I kind of used to that part of it. Unusual reactions to protective measures. Feeling like traditional protective measures like carrying certain talismans or performing cleansing rituals are less effective than they should be. I don't really do all of that type of stuff, I'm not in, I just pray to God about my concerns, since the heavenly host enlightened me that what I'm dealing with personally is witchcraft, and I didn't realize that so many people were into that. I just did not until recently. I mean, I thought that was something you see in the movies. I mean, I heard of people doing it, but I never realized that it would have an effect on me in my life. But I look forward to the exposure of these people who have harassed me. And I don't even know these people. I only may know one. I might only know one person. And that's a maybe on that. But it's a gang stalking situation. And I'll be glad when these people are exposed for their treachery. I look forward to that. I just want you to remember, self, that some of these signs can be explained by natural phenomena, and I realize that everything is not attributed to witchcraft, but some of this stuff is, And this one person that I'm speaking of, I didn't, I'm when looking back in hindsight, some of the things that this person was saying, and some of the things that I saw this person doing, it makes sense now, and that's how when the Lord started talking to me, right self, about some of these different things that I just discussed, it all started making more sense. If you genuinely, or if I genuinely suspect that I'm under some form of attack, it's recommended to seek help from a qualified mental health professional or a spiritual advisor who is experienced in addressing these concerns. They can provide guidance and support regardless of the cost. So, I mean, if you go to just like a regular mental health professional, I don't know how open they're going to be to believing that it's actually dark arts, but a spiritualist will understand. I'm not going to do all of that. I just have enough faith in God to pray to Him about what it is that I'm dealing with, and I ask for the heavenly host to be my advocate and to help me to get through these difficult times, and to have faith and know that everything happens for a reason, and that I need to be aware of the different things that people do and are into, so that I can just pray about it. And I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I'm getting better, and I thank God.